In acceptance and commitment therapy, cognitive diffusion is one of the pivotal techniques used to help clients change their relationship with their thoughts. Rather than attempting to control, stop, or argue with their thoughts, cognitive diffusion teaches individuals to observe their thoughts just as they are, simple, transient bits of language, not commands that must be followed or truths that must be believed. Let's explore some specific cognitive diffusion techniques and understand how they are applied in therapeutic settings. Cognitive diffusion involves techniques that create distance between a person and their thoughts, which decreases the impact and influence of those thoughts on the person's behavior. This is crucial because often psychological suffering is not just about the content of thoughts, but how we are fused with them, how closely we identify with or believe them. Labeling thoughts. This technique involves recognizing thoughts for what they are by simply noting them as, "I'm having the thought that." For example, changing "I'm a failure" to "I'm having the thought that I'm a failure" helps clients see these thoughts as mental events rather than facts. Silly voice. Clients are asked to repeat their distressing thoughts in a silly or exaggerated voice. This can make the thought seem less threatening and disrupt the usual pattern of response to it. Thanking your mind. This technique involves acknowledging thoughts and then politely dismissing them. For example, when a negative thought arises, one might respond with, "Thanks, mind, for that thought," and then move on. It's a way of recognizing the mind's attempt to help, but also maintaining control over one's actions. Visualization. Clients might visualize their thoughts as physical objects, like leaves floating down a stream or clouds passing in the sky. This helps in seeing thoughts as separate from themselves and as temporary events that come and go. Physicalizing thoughts. Clients write down troubling thoughts on paper and then experiment with placing them in different locations, like across the room or crumpling them up. This act can demonstrate that thoughts are controllable and not an intrinsic part of oneself. Tug of war with a monster. In this metaphorical exercise, clients imagine their distressing thoughts as a monster they are playing tug of war with. By choosing to drop the rope, they can visually and symbolically see the power of stepping away from a struggle with their thoughts. Consider a client, Lisa, who is overwhelmed with the thought, "I must be perfect at work." During an ASAC session, Lisa's therapist might introduce the silly voice technique. Lisa would repeat the thought in a cartoonish voice multiple times. Initially, it might feel awkward or uncomfortable, but with repetition, the thought starts to lose its heavy emotional weight, allowing Lisa to view it with less seriousness and more objectivity. The effectiveness of cognitive diffusion lies in its ability to help clients like Lisa detach from the unhelpful narratives that dominate their mind. These techniques are not about dismissing feelings or problems, but about changing the way one interacts with and responds to them. While cognitive diffusion in acceptance and commitment therapy, AT, teaches us how to reduce the impact of troublesome thoughts, acceptance practices encourage us to open up and make room for difficult feelings and sensations without trying to change them. This part of ACT addresses the tendency to avoid uncomfortable experiences, which can often amplify distress and lead to more problems. Let's explore how acceptance can be cultivated in therapeutic settings and its vital role in enhancing psychological flexibility. Acceptance in ACT is not about passive resignation or giving up. Instead, it's an active process of experiencing events fully, without defense and without unnecessary attempts to change the frequency or form of those events. This practice is particularly powerful for dealing with emotions, thoughts, and sensations that are painful yet unavoidable, such as grief, anxiety, or physical discomfort. Expansion and making space. This involves noticing where in the body discomfort is felt, e.g., tightness in the chest, knot in the stomach, and then consciously softening and opening up around these feelings. It's like making more space within oneself to hold these feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Mindfulness meditation. Regular practice of mindfulness meditation can enhance the ability to observe one's experiences without judgment. This helps in developing a stance of curiosity and openness toward painful feelings and sensations. Willingness. Exercises. These exercises involve asking clients to think about their difficult experiences and then rate their willingness to experience them without trying to change them. This can help shift their attitude from one of resistance to one of acceptance. Using metaphors such as carrying a heavy backpack are used to help clients understand that trying to avoid or push away unpleasant experiences can be more draining than simply acknowledging and accepting them. The choice point. This is a tool used to help clients see every moment as a choice point where they can choose to either engage in avoidance behaviors or choose behaviors that align with their values, even if it means facing uncomfortable feelings. Imagine a client, Tom, who struggles with social anxiety. Tom often avoids social gatherings to escape the feelings of anxiety they provoke. In an 8 session, his therapist might guide Tom through an expansion exercise. They would ask Tom to notice the anxiety as it appears during a discussion about an upcoming event, observe where it shows up in his body, and gently breathe into that space, making room for the anxiety instead of tightening up and fighting it. As Tom practices these techniques, he learns that he can handle these feelings without needing to escape them. This realization often leads to a significant shift in behavior. Over time, Tom might start attending more social events, not because his anxiety has disappeared, but because he has learned to accept it as a part of his experience when engaging in meaningful activities that align with his values. Acceptance practices in ACT are crucial for working through the avoidance patterns that many clients exhibit. These techniques empower individuals to face their lives head-on, accepting the good with the bad, which ultimately supports a richer, more fulfilling life. In our next lessons, we'll continue to explore other core components of ACT that help clients live in alignment with their values despite the challenges they face.
If you're finding this lesson valuable, you can take your expertise to the next level. Join over 27,000 students at the Institute of Professional Psychology and earn your professional certification in this field. Scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description to access the full curriculum, workbooks, and your accredited credential. Let's get back to the lesson.